Hi everyone, and thank you for joining. This is a beginner tutorial on how to make the chain stitch. This is the stitch that you can see here, and it's normally the foundation row of your crochet project. When you start crocheting, you actually need just a very few things. That's a scissor, a darning needle to sew in the yarn ends, and some crochet hooks. So there's a variety of them, like this metal one here. For me, they are, well, I don't really like to work with them because I always notice that my wrist and hand get sore when I work with them. So I prefer hooks with a little handle, like this one here. And for me, it doesn't matter if they are made of plastic or wood. The plastic one is of course a little softer, the wooden one a little harder. But which is important for me is the tip of the hook, like you can see here, because the left one, the left one is a little more bent to the inside. For me, this is easier to work with. So this is just a rough overview of things that you will need. Then you will of course need yarn, and it will normally tell you which crochet hook size you will need. So this is a 4 to 5 millimeter hook here. It might happen that you get a yarn without any hook recommendation. Then you just go ahead and see which hook gives you a good grip for this yarn here. If you don't know which yarn is the best one to work with, I always recommend for beginners thicker yarn that doesn't contain these single strands here, like you can see here. Because if you work with such a yarn, it's super easy to poke through it and mess up your whole crochet project because you lost one of these little strands. So this kind of yarn here that doesn't have single strands is much easier to work with for a beginner. So let's start our chain. You always start a chain with a so-called slip knot. That means you place the yarn like this, so you get this little loop, then you flip it over so that it is placed on the long side of your yarn. Then you pull it through. This is how your slip knot should look like. Now bring it on your hook, and if you can easily pull on the long side of your yarn, you made it right. To go on crocheting, you will have to find your own style on how it's most comfortable and best for you to hold the yarn. For me, I always hold it like this. Now you grab the yarn with your hook and then pull it through the loop that is on your hook. If you can pull the thread like this, you made it right. Then again, grab the yarn, pull it through the loop, and now you can perfectly see what I meant with these single strands, because I just lost one of them. And if you work with such a yarn, you always have to be aware of that you don't poke through these little strands or lose one of them, and so on. And again, grab the yarn, pull it through the loop, and let's speed up a little. This is how it should look like. And that's it. You made your first foundation chain.